Hello, everyone. Give it a couple minutes, then we'll get started. We have a special guest today.
Are you ready?
All right, y'all. Welcome to another edition of the What's Next for Appraisal series. My name's Evelyn Schallberger. I am the product manager here at ACI for ACI Sky Workbench. I'm very happy that y'all have joined us today. Today, our session is focused on two areas we're very excited to share with you. And we're going to start with a demo of Sketchpad. We are getting so many questions about Sketchpad. So this comes at a perfect time. We want to give you a look at the tool itself, workflows, capabilities today, alongside some practical tips, I think, that we'll learn for getting the most out of your experience utilizing Sketchpad within Workbench. So from there, we're also going to transition into a little bit of a preview of ACI Sky Mobile. There, we're going to share more about, how it complements the Workbench experience, what y'all can expect moving forward. So two things that we're going to walk through today. Whether you've already started working in Workbench or you're just beginning to explore the capabilities, our goal today is to help you have a better understanding, again, of both of these tools and how you can explore in them, what you can do, what does your day-to-day workflow look like using them, and then answer some questions that we have absolutely been getting from appraisers. So before we get started, as always, the fun housekeeping items. Everyone's microphones and cameras are disabled for the session, but we absolutely encourage y'all to submit questions throughout the presentation. We have the Q&A panel on. We have our team on who will be monitoring those as well. We'll save some time at the end to answer as many questions as we can. And of course, if we do not, we can always get back to y'all on those through email. Lastly, this session, as all of our sessions are, in case you didn't know, are being recorded and they'll be available afterwards at our website, aciweb.com. Now, all that stuff's done. Let's introduce Kevin, our special guest today. I'm so excited to have you with us, Kevin, because I get the opportunity to work alongside you every day. And if there's one thing that I have learned is you are constantly thinking of new ideas, new ways to make our products better. You're always thinking about the customer experience. How do we make it simpler, more intuitive, and just ultimately increase the value for our customers? So that mindset has been huge in shaping exactly what you're going to show today. So if y'all would join me welcoming Kevin Chung. He is the senior product manager for a lot of different products here, but today we're going to focus on just two. So thank you so much, Kevin, for joining us today.
Thanks, Evelyn. All right, excited to be here. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so today I'm going to share a video tutorial on Sketchpad, which is our new default sketching app in Workbench. So we've been pretty hard at work. We're taking a legacy engine, refurbishing it, and enhancing the tools so that you, our appraisers, can get the sketches done faster and right out the box. Okay. Now, full disclosure to everyone, we're still cleaning up some legacy code, so you might see some quirks. However, we are iterating rapidly and putting out new builds
Mm-hmm.
almost every week. So you will see constant improvements rolling out. What I did, I put together a short tutorial demo showing how to, number one, launch Sketchpad from Workbench, and then how to use the sketching tools. As a matter of fact, in the video, I'll be recreating an entire sketch from beginning to end in real time to show you how the tools work. Okay, so
Fantastic.
let's take a look at this video. Okay, I'm gonna play. Tell me if you do not hear the sound, and I'll redo it. Okay, here we go. Welcome to this quick tutorial demo on Sketchpad, our built-in sketching tool included free with your ACI subscription. Just like how Notepad is the quick, lightweight default text editor on your desktop computer, Sketchpad is designed to be your fast built-in solution for floor plan sketching. No extra subscriptions, no bloated features, just open it up and get straight to work. Now, because we took an older core engine and are completely refurbishing it, you might still catch some legacy UI quirks as we continue to iterate out the features based on our customer feedback. But as you'll see from the demo today, the core sketching engine is fast and is able to handle precision sketching. Let's jump into Workbench to see how to launch it. First, we'll start in our Workbench appraisal software and open up an order. From here, you would launch Sketchpad by going to the Sketch section on the side menu, opening up the sub-menus, and pressing on the Sketch subsection. From there, you'll see a button to launch Sketchpad. Go ahead and press the button, and then Sketchpad will open up. You see that I already have a completed sketch here. What I'm going to do for this tutorial is to recreate this entire sketch in real time to show that the Sketchpad, to show how the Sketchpad tools work. But before we do that, let's go over the various tools you see on the screen. So on the left side over here, you see the toolbars. These are the sketching tools that you use to actually do your sketch. I'll go over them. You can actually close the toolbar by pressing on the Sketchpad icon over here, okay, or this arrow over here. Okay. Up here you have the undo button, redo button, and you have some functions and modals. Okay, we can go over those in probably other tutorials. The main thing today is that we want to do the sketch and go over these tools. Okay, the select tool is your default tool. You know, you can grab, of course, you can grab any object, or if you grab the canvas on the back, you can move around the sketch. Multi-select and box select is just another way of selecting multiple objects. They're pretty self-explanatory. You can everything here has a shortcut, by the way. As you hover over them, you can see what the shortcuts are. So if you want to select more than one object, you can just hold down the Shift key, or you can, you know, just press that, and you can select more than one object over there. Or box select, of course, you can to get rid of the selection, just press the blank canvas on the back. The box select, the same thing. You just make a box and you select, and you'll be able to select everything within that box. Okay, so those are the select keys. Center, also C will center the sketch. Okay, yeah, that's relatively simple. So what we're going to do now, we're going to start drawing. Okay, I'm going to move this over to the right. Let's shrink this a little bit. Let's shrink this enough so I can recreate the sketch on the right side over here. Now you do have two sketching modes, one exterior and one is interior. Again, pretty self-explanatory. This draws exterior walls, and that when you close the shape will have a size. And interior walls, of course, does not. You don't need to close it, and it won't generate a size. Okay. They have shortcuts E and I. Okay, so when you're in select mode, you can just move around anywhere, and you can press E, and now you know the cursor turned into a crosshair, and you are in drawing mode. Okay. In order to move your cursor very precisely, again, you can draw with the mouse or draw with the keyboard. I do recommend drawing with the keyboard because it's a lot more precise. Okay, we do have ability to jump to corners. So you just move near a corner, you press J. Okay, as you can see, it jumps, jumps to the corner. But we actually have something a lot more powerful. So you can move anywhere, and you use the Control and arrow keys. It will jump to the nearest alignment point in the direction of that arrow. Okay, so as you can see, my cursor's over here. Again, you can kind of just move it anywhere. I press Control left. Okay, see, it will jump to the wall over there. I press Control down. It will jump to the next alignment point or intersection point, what we call a geometric point. Okay, it jumped to that corner over there, and you can use it in any direction. So it's much more powerful than the J key. See, I'm using Control up and Control down. Here's Control left. Okay, it'll jump to any of the points. As a matter of fact, it doesn't even need to be on a wall. If you see my position over here, if I press Control down, it will jump to the intersection of that right wall there, and then the left, this left wall over here. Okay, so again, you can position your mouse very precisely anywhere and be able to line up your drawing. Because as appraisals, we like to line up a drawing, and that it's not just for aesthetic reasons, but it allows us to measure second floors, with the first floors. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump to this alignment point over here, but of course I'm not going to draw my next floor completely attached to the first floor. So I'm going to, I want a 10 offset from that floor. Okay, so I'm at this alignment point. I'm going to now type in 10 on my keypad, or what we call numpad. If you look at the lower left-hand corner, you see the 10 over there. Okay, and I'm going to press the right arrow. Okay, so now I jump 10 away from that wall, or 25 from the bottom wall. But again, I was lined up with the upper wall over there. Okay, so I'm perfectly lined up with that bottom wall, and I'm just offset by 10. Okay, so why don't we start drawing? To start drawing, you don't have to use a mouse. You just press hit enter. Okay, and now you are in drawing mode. Okay, so let's start drawing. I'm going to press 10 and up. Okay, well, you can just press 10 up, or even faster, you can just press Control up. Okay, if you happen to have that alignment point over there. So we jump to the next alignment point. Press Enter to set the line. Okay. Now there's a couple ways to do angles. In this case, we'll do rise and run, which is very easy to do. Okay, right? You do 10 to the right and do 10 up. Okay, or you can just do Control up. Okay, and now you have the angle using a rise and run. Okay, here we're gonna do 10. Okay, again, you see me typing lower left-hand corner. I'm going to press the right arrow key. Okay, so yeah, I'm going very slow. We can do this much faster, of course. This is just for to illustrative purposes. Okay, 10 up. Okay, or I can just press Control, Control up to jump to the 10. Okay, I'll demo how to do a curve later. Okay, so right now, just for the sake of speed, we're just gonna go through the different. I'm just here. I'm using a combination of the numpad, okay, and also the control. Control and arrow, okay, again, which is very fast. Here, we're not gonna draw a deck together, of course. We're gonna draw the okay. See, so I'm basically using the control arrow key to move. Again, we can definitely go much faster than this. So, but okay, here we go. This is 10, I think. Yeah, 10. Okay, control up. Okay, this is 10. Okay, control down 10, control left 10, control up 10, and from here, the last wall, you can either press A to auto-complete the last wall, or you can just press Control Left, okay, which again I'm used to pressing Control Left, okay, and this is you can make this whatever floor you want, okay, and there we go. We just recreated the that floor over there. To do a curve is pretty simple. Just click the wall that you want to do a curve, and you have a curve feature. You can press that, or you can press U. Okay, U is the second. C is taken by center, so we use the second letter, but U is also easy to remember because U has a curve. Okay, so let's press U. Okay, and that creates the curve over there. You can move the curve by pressing the center key, and you can move it any way you want, or you can press the control arrow to line up the curve exactly to another wall. In this case, we're lining up to the right wall over there. Okay, and that is how you do a curve. Okay, let's do the deck over there. Need a little bit more room over here. Okay, here I'm in select mode, as you can see. You can click on the exterior, or you can just press E. Okay, right? A lot faster. You keep your hand on the keyboard. Okay, so again, you can press it, and you can move your cursor anywhere here, and just press Control Left and Control Up, and then you're exactly lined up with the very very fast to get to any point you want on the sketch. Okay, you press Enter to start. This is a 15-foot wide deck. Okay, press 15 there. Now to go down, I don't even need to press a number. I just press Control Down, Control Down. You keep taking me to the right alignment points. Okay, and then Control Left, and there we go. We have a deck over there. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to draw the interior walls. Okay, so you can click on interior over here, or you can just press I. Okay, and same thing. You can position your cursor anywhere, and you can just press Control Right and Control Down. Okay, and again, it goes to any point you want very fast. Okay, once you get used to the control arrows, again, you see I can move around the entire sketch very easily. Okay, so let's draw some interior walls. Okay, I'm gonna press Enter to start drawing. That little wall section over there is about 2 feet. So I press 2 and right and press Enter. Okay, and now I have 2-foot wall. Now here, if I continue moving, I would continue drawing, but here I want to lift up my pen and not draw and move to another location. So you just press Escape once. As you can see, you're still in interior drawing mode, but if you move your cursor, you're not drawing anymore. That way you can move your mouse around to another section and press Enter to start. If you press Escape a second time, you will exit out of the interior drawing mode and you'll be in select mode. Okay, so when you want to continuously draw, just press Escape once, and your pen will be up. Okay, so you watch. I'm gonna press Control Right. You can see my cursor move, but I am not drawing. Okay, which is exactly what I want to do. I don't want to be drawing. Okay, so I'm gonna Control Up to go to that corner, and then I'm gonna draw that wall over there. Okay, so Enter to start drawing. Control Down to draw that wall. Okay, and Enter to set that wall. Okay, now I want to keep drawing, so I'm not gonna press Escape. Okay, because I want to draw that little 2-foot section over there. So I'm gonna press 2 to the left, and Enter. Okay, set the wall. And now I have the wall I want. I'm going to press Escape once, again, to lift up my pen, and I want to be moving my cursor around without drawing. Okay, so I'm going to move to this corner over here, and now I'm going to press Enter to start drawing again. And in this case, I don't even have to press any number. I just press Control Down. See, it does to get to the exact length I want, lined up with the other wall over there, and press Enter to set that wall. I need a 2-foot wall to the right. Okay, again, I'm not going to press Escape because I want to keep drawing. So we're going to do 2 to right, okay, and press Enter. Okay, and now we have the wall we want. Okay, and now I need to move to another section of the screen without drawing, so I'm going to press Escape to lift up my pen. Okay, I'm going to use Control Right, okay, to jump to that corner without drawing. Okay, now I want to draw a 2-foot wall right there, so I'm going to press Enter, press 2 and left, and press Enter to set that wall. Okay, see, so now I have the wall I want. I'm going to press Escape once to lift up my pen. Let me see what other walls I need to draw. A wall down there. Okay, so I'm gonna press Control down, Control down. Okay, now I'm at the corner I want to start drawing again. Press Enter, 2, left, Enter. Okay, and then press Escape, lift up the pen. I'm just gonna go a little faster. Okay, so here, I want to start drawing this wall over here. Again, you can start down here, or you can start over here. See, and with the Control arrow, you can just jump to, you can jump to any place you want. Okay, so I'm gonna start here. Press Enter to start drawing. Control left to draw that little 2-foot wall over there and lined up with the wall on top. Press Enter to set that wall, and then Control down. Okay, and I set that wall. Okay, and press Escape once to lift up the pen. Okay, let's hunt around for, are there any other interior walls to draw? Nope. Okay, we got them all. So all the interior walls are drawn. You can press, I press Escape already. Okay, so now I'm back in select mode. All right, so now we did all interior walls. Let's do the labels. You can see those labels and the symbols over here. I'm gonna press on the label over here. So it's basically just basically just a drag and drop. Okay, so you grab, you note that the mouse becomes a hand once you over label. Okay, so just grab the kitchen label and just drag it over here. Okay, so we have a kitchen. We have let's move the living room label. I'm sorry. We move the first floor label and size out of there, so we have a little more room there. Let's go to the kitchen. Oh, where's the kitchen? I just saw the kitchen. Okay, turns into a hand, grab it, okay, and drag it over there. Okay, we have a study down there by the left over there. Okay, let's grab the study. Okay, down there. Okay, and then we have a breakfast room over there on the right. Okay, that's a breakfast room over there. Okay, and then up here we have 2 den offices. Okay, for husband and wife, that each one has their own work at home office. Okay, and then we have a dining room up there. Almost missed that one. Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect. And now we have all the labels. Again, finally we have the doors over there. Let's go to the symbols. Okay, so this one you can again go up and down on the left toolbar over here. Let's grab the symbols. Okay, doors. Okay, and this we do have to work on the symbols a little bit in terms of allowing them to be the when we rotate them, we want to be able to rotate them according to their accepted angles. Okay, so that's something we will be working on to improve that. Okay, but let's grab the doors over here. Where's that door? Okay, so doors up. There's 3 doors, one there, one there. Okay, so let's put one over here. Alrighty. Okay, and now you can grab another door, or you can just copy that door. Either way works. Okay, so let's grab this door here. Oh, let's just copy that door so that we have exact same size. Okay, so copy Control C and then Control V to let's exit that so we already have what we need. Okay, so we're gonna rotate this to opposite. Okay, and we're gonna put it over here. All right, and we have one more door over here. Okay, let's Control V again. Let's rotate it to sideways door. Okay, again, this is what we have to work on with to make sure we'll make the doors jump to certain angles, like 90-degree angles or something. Okay, and we'll put the door over here, going out to the deck. Okay, and there you have it, Jessica. We recreated the sketch, in real time. Again, if I weren't narrating this, this would have been like, probably like 1 minute to draw the whole sketch. And that is your basic Sketchpad core functionality. Stay tuned for additional tutorials as we go over some more advanced features. Thank you. All right, and that is a quick look at Sketchpad in action. So did anybody notice the mistake I made in putting the double kitchen over here? No living room, 2 kitchens.
I just thought it was just a really, really big kitchen.
Really big kitchen.
A really, really big
now.
Kitchen.
Yep. Everybody hanging out in the kitchen anyway. Who needs a living room, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep,
So we'll be posting this video.
Lives.
So this video we will be posting on our website soon. So if you want to rewatch it or share it with your team, okay, you'll be able to review it at any time. Okay. So and that's about it. Evelyn, back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the questions that came through. So thank you, Kevin. I think one of the other questions that I know is in our inbox right now is about the measurements. Is there a way to switch measurements if someone wants to convert their dimensions? I believe the question was to inches.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So let me show that live. Okay, hang on. Let me switch screens. Okay, so this is a Sketchpad. This is live now. Okay, right. This is a I just drew some random shapes over here. Okay, so all you have to do, let me actually magnify this. As you can see, we follow the ANSI standards, right? A 1 inch
Hmm.
or 10 foot. Okay, just go to settings. Okay, and you change over here. Okay, so look, we see
Oh,
over here
okay.
feet, 10 feet, inches, and you go back to feet decimal. Yeah, so it's pretty. This is yeah. So we have the settings. So there, we do have to clean up the settings a little bit. So we'll be doing that. But yeah, we definitely support inches. We support meters too. If anybody likes to measure in meters and also.
That's great. And then I know we've talked about it briefly before, but could you also touch on, I did this sketch in Sketchpad. How do I get this back into Workbench?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so we eventually will have we're working on a connection where as soon as you exit, it'll just go back to Sketchpad, right? And you'll put it there,
Right.
okay? But right now, as we're still, that's still on works. So right now, the workaround is just go to the print preview, okay, here, okay, and then you can what you can do here, we have a button for you to save the image. Just save that image to your computer. Okay, and then when you get back to Workbench, there's an upload, right? You can upload the image of the sketch, to your computer. So right now, it's still relatively simple, but eventually we will have the connection where it'll not only will the sketch
Yeah.
go in, but we're gonna bring some data as well. Uh,
Yeah, absolutely. Like I
mm,
said, Kevin's always thinking about how to make it better for y'all. So
yeah,
I really appreciate the side by side. I think in the previous demos, I've done such a disservice to our
yeah,
audience previously because I just did a box and it's like Sketchpad, check out Sketchpad. Here's your
mm,
box, here's your garage. And so
mm,
the side by side of a little, obviously a much more intricate sketching or sketch to follow along is going to be incredibly helpful for our users. We get these questions all the time about how to utilize it. Another question that I did see also is how much does this cost? This is included in your subscription. It's in Workbench today. There's no additional add-on. You don't have to sign up or do anything. It's just in there today to go in and utilize as an option. So I know we're coming up close, and I think there was one more thing that you wanted to share with our
yeah.
audience today. I think you might have brought a few slides and some information on our mobile solution that's well underway. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, let me click
Fantastic.
here. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm just gonna go through this quickly. Okay, so that's right. So Sketchpad is just one piece of the puzzle. We've also been making huge strides in our mobile workflow to help you capture data out in the field. So I do have as Evan said, I do have a few quick slides to give you a small sneak peek of what's coming soon on the mobile side. So for anyone who missed the podcast when we first introduced Sky Mobile, I'm gonna start with a quick recap of our overall direction, and then I'll jump into
Okay.
some brand new screens to show you, what's coming out next. Okay, so let's take a look. Where's my screen? Oh, there we go. To my control. Okay. So to quickly recap what we shared previously, Sky Mobile is our standalone app built specifically for field data collection. So the core pillars is centers around total reliability out in the field, meaning we have full offline capability, it effortless background syncing with Workbench, and a streamlined jobs management. It handles your entire inspection toolkit, sketching, photos, notes, and custom workflows. It will work with Apple and Android devices, including phones and tablets. Okay? And what you're looking at here is a single connected workspace across two screens. You're not working with multiple files, multiple versions, doing upload, download, all the kind of nonsense and all. Sky Mobile and Workbench stay in sync automatically in the background. No, as I said, no manual upload, no downloading, no emailing, no file management required. So whether it's an appraiser in the field, or an assistant in the office, or a supervisor reviewing the field, everyone works from the exact same live order data. Mobile and desktop are not separate tools replacing each other. They work together so that your data flows seamlessly, which is critical as we move into UAD 3.6. Okay? And here's a sneak peek at hang on one second. A sneak peek at our new built-in appointment schedule. Hang on, I'm having trouble with these sorry, these animations here. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, here's a sneak peek at our sorry everybody. This is the animation's not working too well. Give me one moment
No
to
worries.
Okay. There we go. Okay, all came out. Okay. Also, this is our new built-in appointment scheduling in Sky Mobile. So appraisers, you can view, set, and update inspection dates and times right from the property snapshot. So as you can see, changing a date or selecting a time slot, it just takes a couple of taps. So keeping your schedule clean and up to date across all your jobs. Plus, we're going to add automated reminders that will pop up right before your scheduled appointment. So, you're at one inspection, it'll pop up, hey, you got, your next appointment is about in an hour, make sure you leave, right? So that way you know
Yeah,
when to, go to your
love
next
that.
appointment. Okay, awesome. Okay, hope this one pops up well. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, so now let's talk about data integrity and saving. So one thing that's really important to appraisers, and one thing I emphasize to my teams, is that we cannot ever lose the appraiser's data, right? It is very
Right,
frustrating. I know, very embarrassing, right? So we've built in
right.
multiple layers of protection to make sure that your work is always safe, whether you have an internet connection or not. So when you're offline in a basement or rural area, your progress will auto save your progress locally on your device. The minute you get back into an area where you have internet, we will automatically sync it back silently in the background. No need to touch anything, clunky manual uploads or downloads, all that kind of stuff. It will automatically happen in the background. Now that being said, you will see a clear sync status at the top. Okay, you kind of made it large over here. It's located over here. So this will show you that you've synced. And for those of us who just like to press buttons, just to be 100% sure, you can actually tap that too, and then we'll show you an indicator, right? Whether it is that you could sync for total peace of mind. So again, with Sky Mobile, your data is secure everywhere you go. Okay, and that's all for today. As I mentioned, just a very quick sneak peek of what we've been working on. As we get close to launch, we'll preview even more features and roll out complete tutorial videos. So keep your eyes peeled for more announcements coming soon. So thanks everybody. Evelyn, back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, absolutely. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking the time to walk us through the Sketchpad demo. I'm very excited for that to live on the website because so many users are asking us today. 3.6 orders are coming through the pipe. And so a lot of users are like, wait a second, I need a sketching solution. I thought this was ready. So I'm very excited that that's going to be available for our user base now, for them to go through. And that side by side was just a beautiful demonstration. So thank you to you, Kevin, for joining us. I know we're coming up on time. Support team, you've done an excellent job of answering all of the questions coming through. I just want to thank everyone for joining us today. We genuinely appreciate that you take time out of your day to spend the afternoon with us, whether you're taking the call from the car or you're going to your next appointment. We just very much appreciate it. We want to continue to encourage you to get into Workbench, to test some orders, to familiarize yourself with the difference in the workflow using Sketchpad. More to come on Sky Mobile. Kevin has got a lot of exciting things for us to be launching for y'all. So we hope today's session gave you a better understanding of how those tools kind of fit into the future of your appraisal workflow. So if we weren't able to get to your questions today, I do think we've gotten to all of them. I don't see any pending. But if you've got more, don't worry about it. Our team will absolutely reach out. Go ahead and email us and let us know what additional questions that you have for our next series that is coming up. Our next What's Next appraisal session is going to be on August 6th, and I will be joined again by Pete Crum, our First American's chief appraiser. He's been a guest before. We're bringing him back, and we're going to do something slightly different. We're going to have a live office hours session. Because we've had conversations about what are we seeing in QC, we're saying that we've got live orders. Now we want to give more appraisers the floor, right? And to, instead of focusing on a single product feature, this will be driven by your questions with real world scenarios. We want to have an open conversation about Workbench 3.6, the workflow. So if there's something you've been waiting for us to cover, a question you've been hoping to ask, this is going to be the opportunity to do just that. So keep an eye out for some more details on how you'll be able to submit your questions ahead of the session. But as always, today's session, it's been recorded. It's going to be available for y'all on aciweb.com. So feel free to revisit, share with anyone that you know that's an ACI user if they haven't been informed on how to utilize Sketchpad. Again, thank y'all so much for joining us. We'll catch you on the next session. Kevin, fantastic job. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Evelyn. Thanks, everybody.
Of course. Have a great evening, y'all.